On today's show, we're gonna make homemade cheeseburger soup.
Mouth-watering family recipes, easy-to-make meals, humor and faith fill the inspiring show Dano on the Counter. Born with only half a spine, Dano Burkhardt was never supposed to be able to hold his head up. Despite countless surgeries, a stroke, leg amputations, and kidney transplants, Dano developed a contagious love for life. Join Dano as he shares his easy-to-make dishes and the hope that keeps him pushing forward.
For the cheeseburger soup, you're gonna need a half pound of ground beef, 1 medium onion, 2 large carrots, 1 rib of celery, 1 teaspoon of garlic, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of parsley, half teaspoon of ground mustard, black pepper, 3 cups of low sodium beef broth, 1 pound of potatoes, 1 cup of half and half, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and 1 cup of shredded cheese. Hey y'all, welcome to the car today. Today I just want to talk about fall. The leaves are starting to change, the weather is starting to cool off, and hey, those beautiful, awesome recipes that we're getting ready for, those chilies that everybody likes to enjoy, those casseroles, those that pumpkin pie, using all those flavors that people like to enjoy this time of year. Apples, we did apple crisp a couple weeks ago. Now we're gonna do some pumpkin now, and everybody just likes that comfort food. Those soups, those vegetable soups, those types of things. Of course, we're getting ready for Thanksgiving that will be coming up. Everybody loves that big turkey dinner, stuffing, mashed potatoes, all those things that are so good. So many great things about fall that everybody enjoys. Those, apple pie, hot apple pie and vanilla ice cream, those things. Tailgate food, of course. I'm getting ready for the football game this weekend. It's not looking good. This is the week of Iowa, the whiteout. It's going to be 60 and raining for the whole game. So I don't know how much of a whiteout it's really going to be, because in central Pennsylvania, when it comes to rain gear, it seems like it is more of a hunting gear. So there's going to be a lot of orange out there. I think there's going to be a lot of camo involved. It'll be interesting to see what the whiteout really looked like this year, just because of the rain and the weather affecting that. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like tomorrow night. Actually, we're filming this on Friday, so we're getting ready for that tomorrow. But I'm excited about the tailgate. We got some bratwurst that we're gonna make. We're gonna do some hot Italian sausages and all those good things. Because of the rain, we're not gonna deep fry anything, but usually we'll deep fry some things as well. All those things that you look forward to in fall, where you can cook outside and grill and hang out with your friends. Bring out the hoodies, get the hoodies out, and the funny thing is with me, when I tailgate and it rains, I literally have to bring 4 outfits of clothes, 4 different changes of clothes, because where we tailgate at Penn State, it's in a cow field basically, and it gets pretty muddy when it rains. And I usually bring 1 outfit, and then by middle of the day, I'm pretty muddy by then, because my wheels have gathered up all that mud and rain. And then midday I'll change and put another sweatshirt on, and then usually by the game time, because it's a late game, I'll put another dry outfit on, because I'm soaking wet by then. And then usually after the game, you're freezing, and I put another outfit on just for the ride home. So it's a crazy adventure that I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything, but man, being in a wheelchair in the rain, in the mud, just does not mix. But I'm 40 years old, and I guess I'll still do it because I'm a fan. So hey, if you want to stop by my tailgate, let me know anytime. You're always welcome. Stop by here, come up to State College, come enjoy a game, hang out, eat some good food, and watch some great football. All right, so for our cheeseburger soup, we're gonna need some ground beef. We got 80-20 again that we're just gonna brown off, drain that fat off. Then we're gonna throw all our ingredients in there, all our vegetables, and let it simmer. So 80-20's got that high fat, but tastes so much better. So we'll go with this, then we'll head over and grab our vegetables. All right, so with our vegetables, obviously we just need some celery and carrot. So we only need like 1 rib of celery, but they don't sell it by one rib, so we'll buy a bunch here, and we'll dice it up and throw it in with our onions and our carrots. All right, so the next vegetable we need is carrots. Again, carrots, I don't think they sell them individually. Maybe they do somewhere here, but looks like we got a pound or so here. We'll grab one of these. We only need a couple of these, about a cup and a half. We'll dice them up, throw them in with our celery. Next thing we need is some onion. The next thing we're gonna need for our soup is 1 medium onion. Just grab a sweet yellow onion. Try to find a good size one here. That looks pretty good. And then we'll grab some potatoes. We'll need about 5 potatoes. So grab a bag of potatoes. We'll dice those up, throw it all together. The last thing we'll need is some cream and some cheese. So we'll head back over to dairy, grab our cheese and cream. Our last ingredient is sharp cheddar cheese. Can't have cheeseburger soup without cheese. So we just need a couple cups of this. We'll grab some sharp cheddar. That's the last ingredient we need. We're ready to head to the house. We'll check out and we'll get cooking. Hey y'all, we're just picked up our groceries, heading back to the house here. Just a little quick talk about Halloween in the fall. You know, I tell you what, you know, Halloween trick-or-treating and all that has really changed a lot since when I was a kid. You know, when I was a kid, of course, my parents would have costumes that they'd hand down from other people or from my brothers to me. You know, I really didn't get to really pick who you wanted to be, who was always, you know, either the same costume every year or until you outgrew it, or it would be, you know, something that your brother was the year before and now he didn't fit it, but you did, so, you know, it'd be handed down to you. And I remember when I was real little, of course, my parents would take us out, and as I got older, as a teenager, we would go out trick-or-treating. And, you know, and now that I live up north, they do it a little bit differently now that it's like one night, but it's not actually Halloween. They do it like the week before, and they do it in different towns, different nights. Something that's really odd to me. I don't know why they do it that way, but I haven't really figured that out. But anyhow, you know, and then of course trunk or treats have really grown and really taken off now, where I think just because the way society is now, that you don't want your kids just roaming the neighborhoods anymore. Things have changed a lot in society, that the trunk or treats are usually run by churches and by schools and things like that, other organizations, where the people know the people that they're getting the food and the candy from. So you really see that, how that whole thing has shifted in the last probably 10 years or so, that now kids are going to more of an event than they are just going door to door, which is nice, because a lot of times when people have time to plan an actual event like that, the candy's a lot better, and you don't end up with just, you know, Smarties and you know, Laffy Taffies and things like that I don't really like, or things with nuts in them. If you watch my show, you'll know that I don't like nuts and things. So that would be one of the things that we'd always trade. I would give away my Reese's cups and Snickers and things like that. Just give me a regular Hershey bar. You know, I don't need anything else in it. But you know, just those different times that I can remember as a kid. You know, you taking your candy and swapping with your brothers or family members, brothers and sisters, I should say. And then of course, you know, going out, doing those things. Nothing mischievous. We didn't do anything bad back in the day. We were always good kids. The Burkhart boys were good. But you know, things have changed, of course, now that they're doing trunk or treats, and I think it's neat. I think it's a cool thing that you can do, and I'm sure there's one in your town, in your area. Look it up. I know in Altoona, pretty much every church has it. Check out the church websites. You'll be able to find one for your youngster to go and enjoy. And of course, at Dick's Home Care, the one in Altoona, we give out full-size candy bars every year for Halloween. Well, they do it on that Thursday. So stop by. Usually I'm there. Stop by, say hi, get a candy bar from me, stop and hang out. So everybody's invited. Come to Dick's Home Care the Thursday before Halloween. Get a candy bar.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Breathe easier with oxygen from Dick's Home Care. Oxygen concentrators give you a continuous oxygen supply at home. Oxygen cylinders supply oxygen without power. And portable oxygen frees you to go. Dick's Home Care technicians will set your oxygen up and make sure you know how to use it. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Made by Vogel is a father and son business that produces high-quality handmade wooden products such as cutting boards, bowls, bottle stoppers, and more. Products for sale can be found on their Etsy site or in downtown Altoona at the Clay Cup. You can't go wrong buying from Made by Vogel.
Hey everybody, welcome into my kitchen today. Today I'm gonna make a quick and easy cheeseburger soup. Some of you may have seen me do this before on another show here locally on the news, but you know what? It is such a great recipe. It turned out so well. I thought, why not we make it for the show so that way you can see it at home online, and all my friends from across the United States, they'll be able to see this as well. So we have about half a pound of ground beef here, just browning up. Now, you can't have cheeseburger soup without having the meat and the burger in it. So we have a half a pound of, what do we say, 80-20 ground beef here. It's got some fat in it. That's going to render out as we cook it. But it's going to be amazing. This stuff turned out so well. It was my first time ever doing it on that show, and now I'm doing it here for you guys. I hope you guys are able to try to make this yourself. Something that you can make ahead of time as the weather starts to get cooler. It's soup season, right? So this is the time of year to make all those things that are hearty and warm. And when it's cold outside, you can throw this in the crock pot. You can have it ready for you when you get home. The kids are running around from football. They get home on Friday night lights. You get home and you need something warm to eat. This would be a perfect meal for that. So we have just our ground meat cooking away here. To that ground meat, we're just gonna add about a teaspoon of garlic, just for that flavor, that garlic in there. Can't go wrong with a little garlic. It's gonna add a little bit of spice to it. It's gonna be awesome. And I mean, you throw garlic in anything, you know it's good. So we're just gonna saute that all in there with the meat. And that meat is cooking up. Hardly any fat in it at all, really. So that looks really good. And what I love about this recipe, it is really one pot. I mean, you have a couple of sides here, but you could do those all in one. I'm just doing it for demonstration here. I have them all separated, but it's just your onion, celery, and carrots, some heavy cream, some cornstarch. It's just dump it all in, let it cook, and you are ready to go. And that is something that I really enjoy, having something easy to make. Everybody's busy. Everybody's got a ton of stuff going on nowadays. So why not make an easy soup for everybody to enjoy? So we have that rendered down here. We have our meat browned. To that, we're going to add our onions. Get those going. We're going to add just one stalk of celery there. Get those going. And then we just have a couple carrots here. We just chop them up, slice them up a little bit. And these are all going to cook in the broth anyways. So we're going to, saute them just for a couple minutes, but really they're going to cook in the broth themselves. So you don't have to cook them all the way through right now. So we'll just get those going. Just for a couple minutes here, just till they get a little soft. But no worries, because like I said, you're going to cook them when you add all that beef broth in there in the actual soup itself. So just let those go for a couple seconds here, maybe 2 minutes. We'll let that go. All right, our next couple ingredients here, we just have some mustard powder there. We just have about a teaspoon of that. Just to add that, it's cheeseburger soup, right? So it's got to taste like a cheeseburger. So we add some mustard powder to that. It's going to add some really nice flavor. Mix that all in there with our vegetables and our meat. Then, to that, we're going to add our potatoes. This is about 4 potatoes that we diced and peeled. You can add as many of these as you want. You can make it smaller if you want. But we like hearty soup. We like that crunch of that potato in there. Around here it's the Burkhart household, so a couple more here. Because you don't want it to be potato soup, you want it to be cheeseburger soup. So get those going in there. And then to cook those potatoes, to cook all those vegetables, we're going to add our beef broth. We're gonna add about 3 cups of beef broth to this. This is almost gonna be about 3/4 of this whole container here. We're just gonna let that all cook. Cook down. Get all those potatoes in there. And that's gonna cook down for about 20 minutes till those potatoes are nice and soft. When those potatoes are fork tender, you don't want mashed potato soup. You just want some crunch of those potatoes. About 20 minutes of those. We'll let that go. Bring that up to a nice boil. Let it simmer for about 20 minutes. Then we'll add our cream and our cornstarch and our cheese, because this cheeseburger soup can't have cheeseburger soup without the cheese. So we'll let this go for a couple seconds here. We'll be right back.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Stay in your home without worry with Bruno mobility products from Dick's Home Care. Bruno has the highest rated stair lift of any brand. They're American-made quality stair lifts and are expertly installed in less than a day. Keep your loved one at home and safe from falls on the stairs with a Bruno stair lift. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Impact Productions, a multi-layer technology company providing on-site, online, and in-studio video services. Contact Impact Productions to capture your story.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Disabled? Lead an active life with a wheelchair from Dick's Home Care. Your wheelchair will be properly fitted to you for your comfort. Choose from Dick's full line of mobility products, including manual wheelchairs, custom manual, power wheelchairs, and scooters for both adults and children. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
All right, so we let our soup and our potatoes cook. They simmer for about 20 minutes here. Now we're just gonna thicken this up. We have our half and half and our cornstarch. This is what's gonna make it that creamy soup that we all like. So we're gonna just add our half and half to this. It's about 1 cup. And then probably about 3-4 tablespoons of cornstarch. We're just gonna add that in there. You can mix this up ahead of time, but I just do it all at once. I don't think there's a need to separate it all. Just mix it all up. It's all gonna go in one pot anyways. So we're just gonna stir this. Let this thicken up. It's gonna take a couple minutes. Let that cornstarch heat up all the way through. That's looking really good. All those vegetables, all that meat in there, that mustard powder. And the last thing to do is to then add our cheese. Can't have cheeseburger soup without cheese. So we have a couple cups of shredded cheddar. Just gonna put that in there as well. Now I like a lot of cheese. Original recipe is like 2 cups, but this might be a little bit more than that, but I really like the cheese, so. And can't go wrong with that, right? So we'll just let that all melt there. We'll let this melt. We'll let it all come together. Once that cheese is melted, you are ready to eat. And the only thing I would add maybe is some bacon on top and some scallions maybe on top, maybe sour cream if you want. But this is a great recipe, I'm telling you, on a cold day. Throw it in the crock pot, have it ready. So when you get home, it's ready to go. Family's gonna love it. Everybody's gonna really enjoy this quick and easy cheeseburger soup. So as this finishes up, heating all the way through, we're gonna head over to the studio for a little quick message. Hey y'all, welcome to the studio today. Today I just want to share with you a little bit of encouragement. In my life, as many of you know, that there's been many disappointments in my life, tough days that I've had to overcome. And I just want to touch on one that actually just showed up on my Facebook memories the other day. And it was one of the toughest days of my life. One of those big roller coaster days of emotion that you were just climbing up, that you're so excited about something that's going to happen, and then to be totally deflated that you're just like lost and don't know how to get through it. And that was back in 2018 when I was waiting for my kidney transplant. I'd been on dialysis for about 6 months there, and I got my first call for this kidney that became available. And it came up on my Facebook memories just the other day, and this is what I wanted to share with you guys today about this story. Is I was so excited about getting this first call. I'd heard for many times from many people that, hey, you're not going to get a call for almost a year. You're not going to get a call for at least over a year, or it could be years till you get a call, just because there's so many other people on the list waiting. Best thing you can do is go out and find other donors to test for you and see if they could donate their kidney to you. They call it a living donor, of course. And here I was 6 months into this, and I remember it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I get a call from Pittsburgh, and they're saying, hey, Dano, we have a kidney available to you. We want you to come over to Pittsburgh and see if we can do your final testing to see if this kidney is going to work out for you. And I remember I posted a video, and this is how it came up to me, that I was so excited. I was on my way to Pittsburgh because I had so many people following my story that were praying for me to get this kidney. And here I was so excited to share with them that I got this call, and I was heading over to Pittsburgh to get the testing started to see if I could receive it. And I posted this video, and right away I'm getting 100 text messages from all of my friends and family, and they're so excited for me. And I'm driving over to Pittsburgh, and of course I'm nervous because I don't know what's going to happen. And here you are, just waking up in the morning and then thinking about, oh, okay, well, this is going to be life-changing. This is going to be a major surgery that I'm going to have in a few hours, so the stress of the surgery starts to weigh on you, and you're worried about, is this all going to work out? And then you're thinking about the other family and what they're going through, because somebody had to pass away for them to give you their kidney there, and usually it's multiple organs. It's a heart too, and lungs and pancreas, and all these different organs that are going out to other people. And you're thinking about what could have happened to this person, and how did this kidney become available, and you don't really know anything about that. They don't tell you anything ahead of time. But I remember getting to Pittsburgh, and I got my testing done, and I like everything was looking good, and they sent me down to pre-op, and I'm saying goodbye to my family, and I'm giving them hugs and saying, I love you guys, and I'll be back in a few hours once I get this kidney. And I make it all the way to pre-op holding, and I'm down there in pre-op holding, and the doctor comes into me. He goes, I'm sorry, but your transplant's off. And I'm like, what do you mean my transplant's off? I just went through this testing and everything, and I said, here I am, I have this IV in my arm, and I'm ready to go. And he's like, no, the transplant's off. He goes, you have a urinary tract infection, a UTI, something that I didn't even know I had, something I wasn't symptomatic to. And here, when they did some testing, they found it, and they said, there's no way that we're going to open you up and expose this infection to the rest of your body and your bloodstream and everything, and we just can't risk it. And I just remember sitting there, and I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. I've had other infections before, and I'm not even feeling sick. I don't have a fever, and what am I gonna do now? I said, I gotta go back to dialysis, and then, the disappointment, I gotta tell everybody that was praying for me and how excited they were about this kidney becoming available. And now I gotta tell them that it's off, and it's probably something that maybe I did, or maybe I wasn't taking care of myself. I don't know, but I didn't know what to do. And I'm laying there in the hospital bed, and this is before I even saw any of my family. And I remember reaching out, praying and saying, God, I don't know how to get through this tough situation. I am so disappointed, and I was went from such a moment of thanksgiving and how excited I was, thanking God for giving me this kidney, this opportunity to, all right, God, what are you doing here? Here you're gonna bless me, and then you're gonna take it away from me. I just don't get it, And I remember just for a moment kind of being angry at God, and I know a lot of you can relate when things don't go your way, and you're just kind of sitting back and you're like, all right, God, what are you doing here? What are you showing me through this disappointment? And in the time, in the moment, of course, we're angry, we're upset, all the emotions, because we're human. I'm human, and we just don't know. We don't know the outcomes, and we don't know where it's going to lead to. But I'm going to tell you that when I got home and I shared with people what happened, and what I know now that I didn't know then was going to be the impact this was going to have on so many other lives. Just this process of waiting, all these disappointments and struggles that I was going to go through, I was going to be able to share God through each and every one of those. And how amazing that is to be able to share God even in your struggles. That has been my whole life, and I know I've talked about a lot of disappointments on this show, but that is one that I can't get expressed to you guys enough, is to be thankful for those disappointments too. God is going to use those disappointments to show him how you can get through them and help others that are looking at you and saying, hey, how is this person dealing with this? How is this attitude? How are they able to overcome all these things? And it's not me. It's not anything that I can overthink and think my way through. It's things that I have to give to God and let him take control of. And when I go through those tough times, I give it all to God and say, God, let me show you through this difficult time, because I know when you get me through it, I'm here to praise you and thank you for getting me through it. And I'm going to show you to everyone around me. And that's what I want to encourage you today is, hey, don't get angry at God when those disappointments come. Yes, you're human. You're going to be upset. I get it. But be thankful for those disappointments, because the outcome from them is going to have an impact on your life. You're going to build your faith because God is going to get you through that. There are tough times ahead. I get it. There are tough times in my life still today, but I can rely on my faith to get me through them. And that's what I want to encourage you today, is always trust God in those tough times, that he's going to be able to get you through them, and then share that faith, share that struggle and what God has done for you with others. So I hope that encouraged you today. I hope you're able to share with others what God has done for you and where you are today, because not what you've done, but what God has done in your life. So let's head back to the kitchen and enjoy some awesome food. Hey everybody, welcome into the dining room here. We have our cheeseburger soup. Just took it off the stove, threw a little cheddar cheese on top. You could also add some scallions or some bacon if you'd like. Guys, dive in and let me know what you think. Let's give it a little taste test here. Get some of that potatoes, some ground meat.
Oh, that's good. This is a good fall soup right here.
Very hearty, good and hot. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Not too bad. No,
Not bad. I like the potato.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you watching it every week. Hope you're able to try this recipe at home for you and your family. Try some cheeseburger soup and let me know what you think. Reach out to me online. Send me a comment. Let me know if you tried it for your family. And I just appreciate everybody watching. Have a great week. We'll see you next week on Dano on the Counter.
Your value is not determined by where you are in life right now. Your label cannot keep you from Jesus. It should drive you to Jesus. God never intended you to live on a bridge. There are times and seasons in your life that are a bridge from A to C, and we make a home on a bridge and we wonder why it went bad.
I want to encourage you to join us every Sunday here on ABC at 5 a.m. and 12 p.m. You can also catch the archive of our messages by visiting transformationchurch.org. Transformation Church. It's who we are. It's what we do.